Hi, and welcome to this video. The reason for us making this video from Tier1 side is that we've heard a lot of talks about our old school tournament in a good way, and some have been questioning why we have been doing a restriction on city and bottle. And in terms of IECE rules, and I wanted to go through it for everybody, so just to explain why we have been doing what we've been doing. So first off, a lot of people already tuned in, and a lot of people already signed up, which we're glad for, to have so many people from all over the world, so that's good. In terms of city in a bottle restriction, so in Old School there's only X amount of cards available, and the problem for us is that City in a Bottle is a card where you kind of exclude the whole Arabian Nights series. We know that there are very powerful cards in Arabian Nights, and a lot of people have been using the argument that the City in a Bottle could take away Library of Alexandria, for an example, and City of Brass. The problem is as well that a lot of these cards then are not playable, and we see that people in top tier decks, they put in 1 to 3 City in a Bottle in main board, which should not be the point of Old School with a limited amount of cards available. So the reasoning behind it from our side is to say, okay, we want to have more diversity. We want to make sure that people can use the Arabian Nights cards, see Earnum Djinns, Juicem Djinns, and so forth, in terms of going more in that diverse direction. There's also a talk about maybe doing an errata, an oracle text on it, like the Golgothian Silex. The problem is that this would mean that we need to change the casting cost, and people would know that. You have to sacrifice. There's a lot of mechanics that we have to alter. So I think that the restriction in this round for us is the right way to go, and we've got a lot of feedback. A lot of people welcome it, and I just wanted to explain why we did it. And the reason just plain and simple is to have more diversity and a bigger card pool, so you can choose your favorite Arabian Nights, especially creatures, adding in terms of playing. So that was the first thing. The second thing is IE and CE, like a collector's and international edition. We don't have any specific opinion towards it. The reason for us doing like we do, I wanted to explain it. So online, you cannot check if people have a cut CE card, and we don't want to check it because an online tournament, and even though it's a qualifier, we just want people to have fun. It costs nothing to play, so it's for fun. And of course, the tournament, it's about winning as well, but it should be about fun first and foremost. INC at DOS 6.0 is not allowed, and here's the reason. We have in the Danish community had 4 or 5 votes about this, and every time it's been voted to be without CE and IE. I know times are changing, but we wanted to stick to the Danish rules, which in my opinion are actually quite vast. So you can play 4 and white border, you can play 4 and black border. As long as the card has the same picture, you can play it. Except for Sonic Blast from Time Spiral, it has to be the older versions. So there are some exceptions, but I think you have a big card pool to choose from. And I know people want power. I know people want to play for that reason. And that's why we, at our summer tournament, which will be when Corona allows it, we'll have a summer tournament, and at that we'll have 2 main tournaments. The one is DOS 6.0, where we will have no international edition and no collector's edition allowed. And then on Sunday we will have ATL rules, where they will be allowed. So we'll actually do 2. We do not want to have a big discussion about it. Actually, we just want to make sure people have fun and they can play. And this is the reasoning behind the rules. so we can hopefully get some more cards to brew from, and people can play online with them, and they can play with in the ATL rules. So I think that's what, just in my opinion, just to clarify why we have been doing it. There's one more thing, actually, just thinking about it. We had a rule change because the rules which we have set up in the beginning was very much aligned to the CEDH rules we had. We know Old School is different, so the questions we've had in this regard is, do we need to tell the phases? So we're going to draw phase, we're going to upkeep, we're going to main phase, etc. The reason for us saying we have to do it is if people are from the States and there will be a possibility of lag on these servers, and you need to respond within a phase, it is a gentleman thing from my side and from our side to make sure that you just notify your opponent that you're going to the next phase, and then you can make sure that they can do the responses they want. So it's not a rule set in that sense. It's more like giving the opponent an opportunity to respond. In terms of judges, we have a judge, but it's not a traditional judge in that sense. It's more like a helping hand with rules, because there are some times where we don't. For an example, if you play football in the lower leagues, you have a judge and you have two goals and you have the lines. The judge is more there to help you in terms of, is the ball out or in? This is how we see it. It's not a matter of a judge going in and making an example of kicking people out or yellow cards or anything like that. From outside, that's a TO's decision. The judge is here to help you. So it's not a matter of giving you any cards or anything like that. We want to keep it casual, and we are 100% casual, and Old School is casual, and we know that. It will not be like that. So it's helping each other out and making sure it's fluent when you play. That is the basis of the rules. So I hope you'll enjoy it. We're doing this to make sure that we hope that everybody will enjoy it, and we'll just keep on making these tournaments offline and online, and with your help, and we can do it even better. So we'll just start from here and then see where it goes. But we're psyched. So hope to see you all, and next Saturday